Hello. This game took place on January the 24th, 2025, at the Muncie Fieldhouse. It was against conference rival Kokomo WildKats. Kokomo was absent their coach, who had been thrown out of the previous game, and was serving the first of a two-game suspension. Bearcats came out pretty flat. They were down 19 to 10 at the end of the first quarter, mostly because of three-pointers that Kokomo shot. I think they hit 5 in the first period. Total lack of defense on the perimeter. But this is the rest of the game. There was consistent play. We still had the weak passing and the people driving to the inside where they have a shot, and if they just turn around and make a play and throw it up to an outside player who clangs one off the rim. This said, one of the weaknesses they have in the inside play is their two inside players, number 30 and 24, couldn't throw the ball into the ocean at the free throw line. And I do mean the ocean. One is shooting Mr. Higgs, number 30. He couldn't throw the ball in the ocean from the foul line. His everything he does there should be changed. And it's part of the reason he doesn't shoot very accurately from the field on his inside play. He always holds the ball so that the ball is sliding off of his palm. Even on his field goals, it's a habit he has, and it puts side spin on the ball, and if it touches anything, it bounces off of it, which makes him an absolute atrocious free throw shooter. He might be close to one of the worst I've ever seen, including Shaq. Then we have number 24, who last year wasn't that bad a shooter. His problem is confidence. He gets up there and he's tried doing a lot of different changes in his free throw shooting, but he's just bad. He's 6 of 19 on the year for 32%. The other guy's 2 for 10 for 20%. And so what happens is that when they get it down inside, when either one of those guys are playing, they usually get fouled. And because of the way they are, they don't get it. It's not an and one type of situation most of the time. In fact, I don't think that Higgs has ever had an and one this season. I think this has all been 2-shot fouls. Not very often, of course, but he doesn't play a lot of minutes. And he's only played in 13 games. He's been available for most of those. The free throw shooting, the second quarter went 28 to 19 at the half. It was Kokomo's lead, and the Bearcats had a fairly decent third quarter. It was 46 to 34. Still, they lost that quarter too, and then the final it was 65 to 51. Okay. On the evening they were even on field goals, 22 apiece. So how do you lose when you are even on field goals? Well, the offensive rebounds went to Muncie, 11 to 7, and the turnovers went to Muncie, 14 to 18, which is too many. 14 is too many. They forced 18 turnovers. Most of theirs were unforced errors, and Kokomo shot a lot better from the field, 52% to Muncie's 42%. So they got a lot more shots. The Bearcats got a lot more shots even because of those offensive rebounds. And they just did better there. The free throws, though, it was 6 of 13 for Muncie, 12 of 14 for Kokomo. So there's 6 of the points. And then when we go to the three-point line, where Muncie was 1 for 13, and Kokomo was 9 for 23, for 39%. Muncie was 8%. There's the other 8 points. So it was an even game. If you take and add those two together, 14 points. That was the exact margin of the game. We continue to shoot horrendously from three-point land. Yeah, 31% is what they average on the year. But in a lot of games, they have done a lot worse than that. I mean, like that game there, they were 1 for 13 for 8%. So that's kind of, that average is kind of skewed. They're definitely streak shooters from three-point line. And sometimes the wrong guys shoot too many. So free throws are where they're really getting really bad at. They're 87 for 145 for the foul line, which is 59%. But 3 of the players are shooting at least 70%, and they're the ones that get the majority of the free throws. But when any of these other guys get at the line, like number 2, he's 46% for the year. Number 1 is 60%, and both of those have shot 13 and 15 respectively. Mr. Miles, he has shot 32 for the year. That's number 24, and he's shot 19 and for 32%, and the other guys, 10 for 20%. And the third at Hicks. So we continue to have problems at the foul line. For the year, that's kind of skewed too, because LJ came back in the last few games, and Mr. Strange, and he is 11 for 15 in the year, and most of those were in those last few games. That said, they should have won this game. Really should have won it. If they had them to the place where they wanted them, they just didn't make the shots, and their defense was awful at 3-point in the first half. At the 3-point line at the first half, I think they had 9. Kokomo had 9 3-pointers in the first half. So next game is at Westfield. It was played Saturday night after this game, and we'll have a video for that next.